Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No disrespect to the fans, but just saying that just sounds ridiculous. How do they expect me to take that seriously? Actually, the idea was to take an odd idea like this and to make it into something serious. But that changed when the cartoon came out and made the idea more child-friendly. Of course, the show became a hit, and it led to the big screen. So here's my review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. The first one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990. The Foot Clan is recruiting teenagers to steal and become ninjas. Their leader is the Shredder, played by James Sato, who wants a nosy reporter named April O'Neil, played by Judith Hogue, taken out. But then she is saved by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They take her back to their master Splinter, who is a mutated rat. He explains that he and the turtles were mutated by being exposed to a broken container of ooze in the sewers. He decided to name the turtles after the great Renaissance painters, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. Before Pulp Fiction, this was the highest grossing movie to be independently made. The suits, even though they look a little bit cheesy now, are the best that effects could do back then. I heard that the suits weighed about 60 pounds, so try to do a backflip with that on. There are a lot of silly moments, but it's mature at times. I don't think they swore in the cartoon, but they do in this one. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a decent adaptation for what it's worth. I give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.5 stars out of 4. A year later that would follow was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. The Shredder turns out to be alive. How he survived being crushed by a garbage compressor, we'll never know. He gets his hands on the ooze that made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and makes two monsters. According to the fans, this was supposed to be Peabody and Rocksteady, but there's little resemblance. This sequel is a step down mainly for being too child-friendly. The reason why was that parents complained about the violence and the swearing from the first movie, so they toned it down. Okay, so they had to tone down the violence, but they couldn't even use their weapons to get out of a net? I mean, use your weapons to cut your way out! I don't want to know what he's doing to that guy behind the counter. Speaking of innuendos, there's a scene where April O'Neil is wondering where Master Splinter is at.
Doing what?
Coming to a decision.
By the way, April O'Neil is played by a replacement actress, and I don't really like it when they do that. What makes this movie dated is during the climax they crash a club where Vanilla Ice is performing. As much as I feel this movie was obviously trying to be a sellout, I have to admit that Go Ninja by Vanilla Ice is catchy. I give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, 2 stars out of 4. A few years later, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time was next. It has been noted by many that this movie is really bad. I mean, you can tell this one's gonna be crap by just this opening dance scene. You will also notice that this movie is very cheap with Splinter barely blinking and you can never see his body on screen for most of the time. The Turtles are sent back in time to feudal Japan by an ancient relic. Not only does this one not interest me, but most of the jokes just fall flat on its face.
Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up. Clint Eastwood?
Seriously? Just because a guy wears a hat and rides a horse makes him look like Clint Eastwood? The only joke that I found funny was when Casey Jones was trying to teach some ancient samurai people how to play hockey. Then April O'Neil meets Casey Jones' ancestor, but this love interest turns out to be a bad guy. Yeah, it makes less sense than the plot twist in Frozen. It's a cheap mess that should be skipped. I give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time, 1.5 stars out of 4. Due to fans' reaction to the third one, damn! They decided to reboot the franchise in 2007 with TMNT. Instead of it being an origin story, this one has the Turtles already existing. Raphael is the only one who fights crime, while Leonardo's in Central America for his warrior test, and the others have jobs. But they fight crime again when a bunch of immortal stone beings want to maintain their immortality and take over the world. I'm not too familiar with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mythology, but this seems very out of left field for any story that they would do. The Foot Clan are in this, but they don't really need to be in this one because the Shredder is absent. The only thing positive I will say about the movie is the animation. For a third-party company, it's very impressive. Although I don't care too much for the design of the characters, it does allow them to move a lot quicker and doesn't have any of the restrictions of live action. The only voice actor that I will mention is Nolan North as Raphael, who has done a lot of voice acting. But I really didn't like the voice of Splinter. He sounds like he's kinda drunk.
You owe me no apology. Your absence has been particularly difficult for him.
So basically, it's an okay movie. I give TMNT 2 stars out of 4. I guess because TMNT wasn't really a big hit, they decided to reboot the franchise again with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was no surprise that it was an origin story because that's really common reboots now. In this alternate story, the Turtles and Splinter are experimented on by an alien substance from outer space. The Turtles are later discovered by April O'Neil, played by Megan Fox. They soon discover that the Shredder wants the Turtles for his own sinister plan. This movie may have gotten #1 at the box office for 2 weekends in a row, but critics and fans alike have actually been very harsh on this one. I saw this as not as a fan and with an open mind, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. Okay, so it's not great, but it's not bad either. I think the most controversy is the CGI. The Turtles did look a bit mixed CGI wise, but I really dug their designs. I liked that they looked a lot more different and it gave them more of an identity. To be quite honest, I was impressed with some of the fight scenes. It was really cool to see Splinter fight. At least he wasn't watching any soap operas on TV.
Cody is going to break up with Donna. I just knew it.
This movie has 2 villains. One is a scientist named Eric Sachs. I'm sorry, but Sachs? Then of course is the Shredder. Although I have to admit that he did look like Megatron, he was a person to be reckoned with and looked a lot better than he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Sure, the movie did take a little bit to get going, but it flew by during the second half. Overall, it's a movie that I think fans are being too harsh on. I find it strange that people are calling it a Michael Bay movie even though he's only producing. But I can see why they said that, besides the slow motion. I give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.5 stars out of 4. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go. Oh, this thing's still on?